What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Shaun, and joining me, as always, through the power of the internet, is Mr. Conor Lawler.
Hello, good evening, good night.
We're in and we're out.
Look, it depends on when people are listening to this. I didn't say good morning because I'm assuming people are late night. You know, they're owls. They might not listen in the morning.
I assume all of our listeners are always in a rush in the mornings to try and get to where they need to be.
And imagine being in a rush and being like, you know what I need to listen to? These two fucking idiots. Nobody's ever said that.
Nothing gets me in a hurry like these two lads. Trying to outrun them.
Just running to work, just like, maybe just shut up the faster I get there. So, on Hero Zero is the show where we pick one comic book character and we just kind of give you a bit of a rundown on everything to do with that character. So, normally Shaun does Marvel, I do DC. And last week I did Scarecrow. So this week, Shaun, it is your week. Please hit us up. I think I have a hint of who you did because you specifically said on Movie Mondays who you were going to do. So
I did say that.
You did say that, and then you're locked in. And I've made that mistake before.
Because I'll be honest, Conor, I read through this again.
Yeah.
And need you to be on board.
Okay, so what that might actually mean it's Marvel cosmic bullshit.
It is indeed, yes.
Oh, no.
The very same.
Who could have predicted? Okay.
So I am doing my report this week on one Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill, rumoured to be being played by Christian Bale in Thor 4. Now, that's just a rumour.
I started that rumour.
Yes, you did start that rumour. Actually, our podcast is the sole source for that information. So make of that what you will.
But how could anyone play Beta Ray Bill without knowing a bit about him? So Christian Bale can listen to this
a bit about
his performance.
Without knowing a bit about him. Perfect. That was well done.
Exactly. Look, well done for yourself. Now,
I thought you naturally did that, but no, you're just dumb.
No, you're dumb.
Oh, fuck, you got me back. Oh, no.
So, Conor, as you know, the burning galaxy was destroyed through the machinations of Surtur.
Do I know that?
Yes.
Okay,
literally everyone knows that.
Sorry, can we just go back to the start there? Just, teacher, please. What was the first line of this report on Beta Ray Bill, the character in Thor?
The burning galaxy was destroyed through the machinations of Surtur. Now, you'll know Surtur because you know that big flamey monster in Thor Ragnarok?
I was about to say, is he the guy at the start of Thor Ragnarok with the big dragon?
Indeed, that's him. So, in the burning galaxy, there was a race of people called the Corbinites, and so their planet was destroyed when the galaxy was destroyed, as it goes. So, the surviving Corbinites decided to choose a champion who they would follow to find a new home. So, a Corbinite warrior known as Beta Ray Bill was successful, and he was transformed into a cybernetic being resembling a fierce creature, which looks like a horse.
Right, okay.
You with me so far?
I wouldn't. With you is a strong term of phrase. I would say you've thrown a lot of things at me there. So this Beta Ray Bill, he was like the champion of this world.
Exactly.
And due to him being the champion, they turned him into a horse.
A fierce creature is how he's described.
A horse.
He's horse-like features.
Okay, right. So, I'm all caught up. Please continue. We have a champion. He became the champion, and then they've turned him into a horse. Please.
Exactly. So the Corbinites then amassed their fleet, put themselves into stasis, and followed Beta Ray Bill's ship named Scuttlebutt. Bill fought legions of demons sent by Surtur, so they were just escaping away from this big fire monster.
So the big fire monster was destroying their planet?
Had destroyed, yes.
Had destroyed. Okay, well then, to be fair, if he's already destroyed it, what's left? Why is he still after these people?
You'd be fucking great in a war zone, do you know that?
Look, you know what? You've got what you came for. Just go on home now, right? You're causing no more hassle.
Just be sound.
Just do the old point. Cease. Just cease now, right?
So the Carbonite fleet approached the Milky Way galaxy, and it was detected by a SHIELD satellite. So Nick Fury asks Thor to investigate. Thor was deemed a threat by the ship, so Beta Ray Bill fought him. During this battle, Thor was separated from his hammer Mjolnir, and he turned back into Donald Blake. You'll remember from the Thor episode that Thor occasionally turns into Donald Blake.
Occasionally. That's not... Yeah. It's in this... Is it not that... I thought he was worthy without the hammer. What's...
It depends on when it is.
Okay.
I'm doing my best, dude.
No. So then it depends on which comic book writer is writing him, whether the hammer gives him the Thor powers or if he's just worthy of Thor by himself and the hammer is an add-on.
Yes, that's pretty much what you can say about Thor.
And in this particular story, at this point in time, the hammer was what was giving him the Thor powers.
Yes, and without that, he turned into regular human Dr. Donald Blake.
Just like Batman and the machine gun, he's not the same without it.
Not at all. So, curious about the weapon, Bill picked up Mjolnir, and the hammer deemed him worthy, granting him the power of Thor.
What?
Yes,
what made him worthy?
Because he's like his people's champion. He's doing his best for his people.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough.
So both of them were transported to Asgard by Odin, and Bill said that the hammer should remain his, as he had won it fairly.
Which, to be fair, is a very good point. Well made.
Yeah, he's like, I beat you in combat, and the hammer said I can lift it, so it's mine.
And to be honest now, Mjolnir is not coming across too well in this story. Bit of playing around the field, like.
Bit of a fair weather friend, if you ask me.
I don't like this at all. You're meant to be like bestos, but second some horse turns up, just a new horse to ride on the back of, you go straight into their paws. What do no, clop.
Hooves.
Hooves. I was doing the in my head. I was going clappity clap. What are they called? I was thinking of Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
Oh, of course. That famous Marvel story.
Of course.
So Odin subsequently decided that the two of them should battle in Skartheim to the death to see who would reclaim the hammer. Odin classically being a great father.
I think that's a terrible plan if you're like the father of one of the participants in the fight to the death.
It's like, just stop it before your son gets killed, yeah.
like either your son wins or you never see him again. Surely there's another
a win-win.
option. No more child support, let's go.
So Bill's carbonite physiology gave him somewhat of an advantage in the lava realm, and he was able to win the fight. However, he refused to take Thor's life.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is this just a horse beating up Thomas Blake, the man, in space? Donald Blake, in space.
He's got he's still got Thor powers, he's just not Thor.
Right.
Like, he still has the mind of Thor.
Yeah, but that's not the same as having the power to control lightning.
No, he can't do that because he doesn't have the hammer.
Of course. So it's just... That would be an epic fight, to be fair.
Yeah, it would look really cool, I think.
Cool or ridiculous?
Is there a difference?
No, actually, to be honest with you, you're dead right. Continue.
So it's assumed that Odin chose the location to further test Bill's worthiness and to teach Thor a lesson, which presumably was never to lose again.
Classic fodder. Tough love. To fight to the death. If he dies, he learns a lesson.
Exactly. So Mjolnir was returned to Thor, with Odin ordering the creation of the hammer Stormbreaker for Bill to use.
Right. So that's where Stormbreaker came in the comics.
Yeah, now Stormbreaker in the comics is just a hammer. Thor later has an axe, but it's not called Stormbreaker.
Okay.
It's a whole thing. So Bill continued to protect his people and assist the Asgardians. He grew particularly close to Sif, who accompanied him to battle Surtur's demons. So they kind of have a common enemy. I thought you said
Sif, and then I realised Sif is in Thor, but I was like, he's friends with Darth Vader. Oh no,
he's unstoppable.
He's friends with Sif, the classic Thor character.
Yes. So, years later, after Bill had found a new home for his people, Ragnarok loomed over Asgard and Bill. Bill, drawn by the Asgardian magic in his hammer, returned to fight alongside the Asgardians in the final battle.
Is he the protector of Asgard, or does Thor then reclaim that mantle?
No, see, Thor is still the protector of Asgard, but because Stormbreaker is Asgardian, Bill is just like, look, I'll fight with you guys. I'll help protect you.
That's fair enough. He's like a champion. He's a champion of everyone, not just of his old people.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's an ally of Asgard, I suppose you'd call him.
Okay.
So in the final battle, he reduced Fenris to a skeleton as punishment for threatening Thor. You remember, of course, Fenris being Loki's son, who is a wolf.
Of course. Oh, how could I forget Wolf Boy? Well, now that you mention it, I think that once again might be... The stakes are too high. For that retribution, the stakes, I feel, are too high. For threatening Thor, you get turned into a skeleton.
Well, look, he's threatening a weakened Thor. It's bad sport.
Even a weakened Thor, like, if someone threatens you, I think the step back is you say, hey, stop threatening him, that's bad. He's weak. Not immediately step one, turn them to bones. And this is like when he arrived as well. Like, this wasn't no questions, gets off the ship, turns the wolf boy into bones. Okay, where are we going?
What's the crack, lads?
Where are we going for lunch? That pile of bones over there isn't coming with us. Okay, let's go.
As you've just pointed out, he fought ferociously in the battle, willing to die alongside the Asgardians in the final battle against Surtur's forces. But Thor sent him back to his people, asking to keep the memory of Asgard alive and to honour his memory. Very reluctantly, Bill went.
Okay, so he leaves in the middle of the battle.
Yeah, Thor sends him away. Thor is like, listen, if you stay here, you will die, and then your people will have no one to protect them. So Thor is willing to die for Asgard, and he's not going to ask Bill to do the same.
Just answer me this. Where is Sif? Is Sif okay?
Sif is fighting with Asgard as she's Asgardian.
Boy, he's okay, thank God. Oh, jeez. I couldn't take it if Sif died.
Sif is your favourite character in this story, is she?
Yes.
So Bill went back to the Corbinites, who had settled on a new planet, but were in danger due to an approaching foe, Conor.
Oh no. Who's the foe? Don't tell me it's Galactus.
Oh, fuck. Look, let me get on a bit, hang on.
Fuck. Holy shit. Big Fog Boy's back, let's go.
Jesus Christ. So Bill was chastised by his people for spending too much time with the Asgardians. His old rival, Alpha Ray, even attempted to sabotage his efforts to prove he was no longer worthy of being the race's guardian.
Surely Alpha Ray is the better Ray.
You would think so, but he's a prick.
Oh, because he's alpha. He's like exactly. An alpha.
He's all bravado.
Yeah, we prefer Soy Boy Ray. That's where we love him.
Cook Ray we like.
Cooked Ray.
So the foe, as previously mentioned, was Galactus.
Oh man, I pulled that out of nowhere. I just thought of space and fog.
That's all you needed.
That's all I needed.
So Galactus arrived in his familiar form with a new herald named Stardust.
His familiar form being
a giant purple man. Yes.
No, sorry. What happens if nobody can see Shaun? What happens if everyone's like, where is he? What's going on? You can't fight what you can't see.
Some sort of foggy mist.
As we all know from Rise of the Silver Surfer, Galactus is the biggest, foggiest boy around.
That's the worst movie, but I have it on DVD thanks to you.
You do.
So the planet was lost and some of the fleet was destroyed. Stardust continued to attack Beta Ray Bill as Galactus fed on the planet's energies. During their battle, the evil Astaroth was mistakenly freed from its prison by a portal Stardust opened.
Okay.
Now, Astaroth is a baddie.
Yes.
Excellent. get everyone on the same page there.
Okay, I was just
Astaroth
assuming. You said the villain Astaroth, and I just assumed he was a baddie.
Yeah, I know. Good picking up context there, bud.
Thank you.
So Astaroth was defeated by being pushed into an event horizon. Bill then awoke in a white room.
Event Horizon sounds like a teenage rock band.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Are you thinking of Bring Me the Horizon?
Yes.
No, an event horizon is like I think it's... Okay, look, I don't quite know, but I think it's the point of entry to a black hole.
Okay, so he gets punched into a black hole.
Yes.
That would do it. That would definitely do it.
That would end the fight, I presume.
Yes, I think that's the winning strike.
So Bill then awoke in a white room where he was reunited with Scuttlebutt, his ship, and both were spirited back to the ruins of Asgard. So Asgard has fallen at this point.
Okay, and you're telling me Bill died? Beta Ray Bill died by Galactus, and then was...
No.
No, sorry.
No.
I thought you meant he
woke up in
died
a white room.
So he woke up in a... When? How? He just woke up.
Conor, the event horizon.
Sorry. He fell into a black hole and woke up in a white room, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Right, now we're all on the same page. This makes total sense. So he falls into a black hole, wakes up in a white room, as is commonplace, and then his ship is there, and Asgard has fallen. Okay, I'm with you. Continue.
Okay. So while en route to Asgard, the ship started malfunctioning, and he encountered a creature called Omega Ray, which was Astaroth in the form of a demon version of himself. It's a whole thing.
Why did you include that?
Look, Conor, there's a whole other page to this report, and I just realised that, so I'm summarising quite quickly.
He met Omega Ray Bill. They had a big fight. Look, lads, it's a whole thing.
It all leads up to this next sentence.
Is there a Gamma Ray Bill? Do they just go through all of the letters?
All of the rays of Bill.
Yes,
X-ray
of course.
Bill.
Oh, X-ray Bill.
Oh, I don't think he's happened yet, but that would be cool.
No.
So, in an attempt to kill Astaroth once and for all, Bill summoned a massive God Blast type energy, which killed Astaroth and supposedly himself.
Okay, so he sacrificed himself to defeat the big bad.
Exactly. That's the kind of conciseness I need.
I just need you to talk shite and I'll try and figure it out in an English way.
Grand. So,
right.
He then awoke in the body of a homeless war veteran named Simon Walters.
Look, I have nothing for this. I cannot translate this into making sense.
Whatever I said, you were going to say that, weren't you?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you said he sacrificed himself with a God Blast and then woke up as a random dude on Earth.
Look, while he was in the body of a homeless war veteran named Simon Walters, he worked with Spider-Man to take down a villain named Boar, and he told Spider-Man his story and says that he had been bonded to Simon's body to learn a lesson, kind of thing. So after parting ways with Spider-Man, he set off to find new purpose on Earth. Right,
okay. So you think that in Thor 4 he's going to be in the Simon form?
Oh, Jez, he might be, actually. Do you know what? Fair play.
You thought Christian Bale was going to be playing a horse?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair enough.
You want those rubber horse masks that you can get online.
Yeah. And he just looks surprised at every scene. He's just always flopping it around the place, looking really quick.
It's all left and right looking.
Absolutely.
So after the Civil War in Marvel, Bill, in the form of Simon Walters, was compelled to travel to Canada. There he found a group of criminals called the Wrecking Crew just destroying a museum. Seeking to protect the innocent bystanders, Simon changed into Beta Ray Bill and fought the thugs.
Right. Okay.
So he can still transform.
Is it like a Shazam thing where he just like a lightning hits him?
Kind of. It's really cool. He just punches the ground and he becomes Beta Ray Bill.
Okay, fair enough.
So during the battle, there was a portal opened and hordes of demons ran through the city. And then Beta Ray Bill led the demons back into the portal while one of the Canadian heroes destroyed the portal behind them.
And was really nice about it.
He said sorry a lot.
As he closed. Look, I'm really sorry.
Beta Ray Bill was then trapped in that other dimension, fighting demon hordes, presumably for all eternity.
Right, okay.
So he sacrificed himself to save the world, essentially.
Like, he sacrificed himself to save, basically, like, in space, and then he became a human, and then he sacrificed himself again.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, through means unknown, which is my favourite sentence in any report.
So far this has been through means that we know. So far, up until this point, you have given me means that we all understand.
This is exact the bit where science, yes.
Oh, right, this is where we go askew. Okay, please.
So, Bill somehow became separated from his Simon Walters body and returned to his regular Carbonite body.
Yeah, it's almost like a comic book writer was writing him and then got bored of the Simon character and then just decided to write the original character again.
Yeah, like as he remembered him as a child.
Yes.
Exactly. Bill was later captured by the Skrulls. You remember the Skrulls from Captain Marvel?
I remember the Skrulls.
Excellent. So as part of their invasion, they dissected and tortured Bill to learn more about him and study his genetic material. They also studied his hammer, Stormbreaker. Somehow managing to escape, Bill fled to Earth, where he landed in Asgard, Oklahoma, which is the new Asgard, as it's called in the movies.
What are the chances?
I know.
Yeah.
So, although both Thor and Balder believed Bill to be real, the Asgardians had suspicions that he was a Skrull in disguise, and Loki riled up the citizens so much that they wanted to murder Bill.
And how was Loki's son at this point? Was he still a big bag of bones?
I think he was probably brought back.
Oh, right, yeah, that's fair enough. You can bring a big bag of bones back.
Look, it's Asgard as well. It's all magic.
It's fine.
So, intervening for his friend, Thor tossed Mjolnir to Bill, who successfully caught the hammer and transformed into his cyborg form, with Thor stating that he knows a brother when he sees one.
Right, okay.
So everyone is like, oh, that can't be Beta Ray Bill. It's definitely a Skrull. But Thor's just like, nah, Mjolnir will show you.
Yeah, I suppose that makes perfect sense. Mjolnir will just pick out the most wordy.
Exactly, yeah. The Skrulls then descended upon Asgard as Thor gave Bill Mjolnir so that Donald Blake could go and help a nearby city. So Thor is like, listen, you handle the fighting. I'm going to turn into the Doctor so I can help people who are being hurt by the Skrulls.
But, Shaun, surely Thor would be more handy in some sort of Skrull battle.
What? No.
No.
Because, see, the Skrulls have Stormbreaker, so there's only one hammer between them.
So he gives him Mjolnir, and then he takes... See, I suppose, because, like, otherwise it's just... Is he Simon now, or is he just a horse?
He's the horse. He's the cyborg horse.
He's just clippity-cloppeting around. And
as horses do.
As they do. And Thor's looking at that going, I have a medical degree, so I would probably be more use.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it makes sense and it's a poignant moment, alright?
I wouldn't say poignant, please.
Okay, fair enough. So, eventually, Bill was overpowered by a Skrull wielding his own hammer, because they had synthesized Bill's genetics and shit like that. So Bill was about to be defeated when Thor rocked up and hit him with Mjolnir real hard.
Thor hit Beta Ray Bill or the Skrull?
The Skrull, sorry.
Okay.
Why did he hit Bill?
Right. I don't know. I thought that was a plot twist I had not seen coming.
So, we're nearly through, Conor. We're nearly through.
Boys. Beta Ray Bill it's a big chunk to get in. I know the feeling when I tackle a character and there's just like so much backstory.
There's so much going on. It's rough.
Yes.
So, as you know, in recent comics, Thor became unworthy of Mjolnir. So, he, out of desperation, he went to an old Asgard, like a ruins of Asgard, to hopefully find another hammer. Beta Ray Bill arrives looking for him and offers Thor his Stormbreaker, only for Thor to refuse it and say it belongs to him.
So he's like, I don't know, does Thor see him as an equal? The two of them are equally as good or as righteous?
Absolutely, yeah. That they both fight for the same reasons, to protect their people. So Thor is just like, no, we're the same, I can't take your hammer.
That's really good. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice that they're on like level pegging.
Yeah, it's not like Beta Ray Bill is like second in command.
Yeah, they're both like, if Thor will listen to Bill and Bill will listen to Thor. There's no like pulling rank on any of them.
Okay, I think that's a much better way to do it.
Exactly.
Good job,
so
Marvel.
Yeah. So Thor, who's going by Odin's son at this point because he's unworthy, he tells Beta Ray Bill that the reason for him becoming unworthy was because of the ideals of Gore the God Butcher. We talked about this in the Thor report. That
go back and listen to that.
Yes, and then the two friends go and have a beer.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so they're buddies. His powers and abilities then, he has all the powers and physical attributes of Thor pretty much. He is nearly incalculable strength, speed, durability. He has invulnerability, he's immune to disease, and he's virtually immortal. And
he's really fast at Cheltenham.
He does the clippity-cloppity, alright. And then on the Marvel 1 to 7 rating system...
Oh, here we go.
He has a durability of 7, energy of 7, fighting skills of 7, intelligence of 5, speed of 7, and strength of 7.
Oh, right. So what you're telling me is that this dude is fucking unreal.
He is one of the strongest characters. And it's like actual strength. Like Squirrel Girl is all 7s because she's written that way. But Beta Ray Bill is like legitimately one of the strongest characters.
So he's basically a god.
Yeah, like, and this is when he's, you know, when he has the hammer and he has the cyborg body and everything.
Holy shit!
This is him at like peak.
And even 5 in the intelligence, like I think is what did you say? 3 is like superhuman, so he's like a 5.
Yeah, so 5 is like beyond intelligence. Like he has universal awareness nearly. Like he knows things that exist in other universes.
Holy shit. Okay, so they're going to be introducing this character hopefully into the MCU.
Hopefully. I want them to.
Yeah, and Jesus, I didn't know he was that powerful.
Yeah, like look, this report is a bit rambly because he's a character from the 60s and 70s. And all of his backstory is there. It's just told kind of all at once, if you get me.
Right. It's just kind of thrown at you.
Yeah. So, like in recent comics, he's been more... I wouldn't say subdued, but he's established, if you get me, and he's just Beta Ray Bill. And he's just there, you know?
And nobody fucks with him.
Exactly. Why would you? You know, like this is why all of his enemies are like gods and Galactus and everything. Because
to be fair, yeah,
you know, Green Goblin's not stopping this dude.
Oh, I'd like to see Willem Dafoe try though. I'd really would.
We all would.
Imagine his maniacal laugh as he gets punched to death.
Jesus, I can imagine it.
So I think that's it for this week's Hero Zero, Shaun.
Look, if anyone's still listening, thank you.
Fair fucksty. No, I think that was a good report. It's tough when you get a character that just has so much backstory and you're trying to, especially when it's space stuff. So you've got like so much backstory along with cosmic bullshit. It's hard to put the two of them together.
Yeah, it's funny how many of my reports involve those things.
It reminds me of Franklin Richards.
Yeah, Franklin Richards was a lot, wasn't he?
Yeah. There's sometimes you get a character that's just a lot. Maybe we'll pick a character that's on the ground next time.
Yeah, there's so many of those in Marvel.
But you just love space.
I'm just mad about space, lads.
So you can follow us on Twitter. It's at Heroes for Hire Pod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook Heroes for Hire Podcast. Instagram Heroes for Hire Podcast. If you want to email us, it's heroesforhire_outlook.com. We also have a Patreon, and if you donate $5 or more a month, you get one extra episode every single month. That is our Lazarus Pit episode, where we go back and watch one superhero movie from the past, and we just give you art from the past. And it'd be weird if it was from the future, and I would probably charge more, but we should. But we go back and we just see if they still hold up. So last month we did Batman Begins, and for April we will reveal that we are going to be doing Spider-Man 2. So that will be the best Spider-Man. The best Spider-Man, or one of them. So go to our Patreon. It's just Heroes for Hire Podcast /Patreon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Patreon.com/Heroes
for Hire Podcast.
Look, if you just type in Heroes for Hire Podcast and then it's Patreon, look, lads, it's all in the description. Don't worry about it. I'm dumb. I've been Conor.
I've been Shaun.
I'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.